YouTube, my name is Yes, and welcome back to so why do I keep doing that? It's the second time in 2 weeks that I do that. Welcome back to Can They Be DLC? This episode will be about, well, it's going to be split. Before I did say it was only going to be Dragonborn. This time I thought about it, I'm going to do it 2 characters, Dragonborn and Doom Slayer. Mostly because I wanted to do Doom for a while, or the topic of Doom, and since this is basically the season finale for rating the characters, I thought why not do it a Doom Slayer. I wanted to do it earlier on and I couldn't, and yeah, so also with the Google theory going around, I thought why not, there's not a better time than today or now to do this, or to go with Doom Slayer. I'm gonna say is that my opinion on the Doom theory, or not the Doom theory, is the Google theory, is that I think I don't think it's true because of Herdrick. I'm with Papagenos on this one. Herdrick seems inevitable, which at the same time makes me believe this leak a little bit, or this rumor a little bit, or this theory a little bit, I should say, not rumor or leak. Mostly because if something seems so inevitable, it might not happen. But yeah, what else happened? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was, because I was reading something and I got a little bit distracted there. Now what I wanted to say about that theory is this: I can see it being false, or not being correct, being incorrect, I should say. But I'm gonna say is the Billy Bob, I think is that how I say it, Billy Bob 10K video on it, on debunking the theory, was absolutely terrible. It's one of the worst arguments I've ever heard for a character in Smash Bros, saying that a broken arm is body horror, and that the game and that Artorias would not make sense because of a broken arm is one of the literally the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And also for the comment section for this week, it's going to be a little bit different because we had one comment on 3 different videos, a brand new comment, and one of them, not today, as today I'm kind of tired, is later in the night than usual for me, because, well, today was a big day here in Portugal, outside of having to work. I also, like, the end of the day was just watching my club basically win the Portuguese league, which was awesome. That's why I'm still in the attire that I'm at right now, and yeah, so I'm a little bit tired and I still have to go to work tomorrow bright and early, so let's get this video going, shall we? So first things first, Dragonborn. Let's start with Dragonborn and transition into Doom Slayer. How likely is Dragonborn? About a year ago at this point in time, I would have said, I thought it was pretty likely. Not even a year ago. You don't have to go that far. I thought it could still be a thing, basically, what? I think up until the November Direct. I think until then I thought it was going to be a character. Him and Doom Guy, I thought both of them had good chances. With the Bethesda support with the Switch, it seemed likely that that could be a thing that would happen. It seemed like a match made in heaven for Dragonborn, mostly because, you know, the protagonist of a wildly popular game. Yes, Dragonborn is a little bit of a blank slate, much like Steve is, but he had something that Steve didn't, which is a shit ton of moveset potential that Sakurai would not have to make up as he went, but also he had something else that was proper animations, a multitude of different weaponry to use, magic. It was a character that was fun to speculate. The same thing can be said for Doom Slayer. Both of them have that thing, and both of them had a game coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Well, Doom Guy, I don't think I actually properly thought about it for the main roster, outside of maybe a thing here and there. I think I only truly started thinking about Doom Slayer after, I think, the September Nintendo Direct. Why was September? Where they announced, yeah, September, when they announced Wolfenstein and Doom both coming to the Nintendo Switch. I think Both of them have good odds, I would say. I would say maybe more like Doom Slayer has Doom Eternal coming out this year, so that might be a booster for it. But then again, the biggest thing Persona has coming to Switch with Joker is Persona 5 The Scramble, which is a Dynasty, a Musou game, which is a fine thing, but it's not Persona 5 what we wanted. I wanted it, and I know a bunch of people wanted it, was Persona 5, be it Persona 5 The Royal, or just called Persona 5 Switch to be coming to the Switch, but instead we're getting Persona 5 The Scramble, which is a Musou game, which is kind of unfortunate. So Doom Eternal being a thing that's happening doesn't particularly mean that Doom Slayer has a better chance than Dragonborn, but at this point, both of them, I would say both of them have a good chance. It's very likely that it could happen. I shouldn't say very, well, it depends on what you think very likely. Very likely could be like a third chance of happening. That's very likely, I would say. But if I had to guess which one of those two could be in, I would say, oof, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I would say probably Doom Slayer. Although Skyrim is wildly more popular nowadays, and the Elder Scrolls are nowadays much more well known as an established IP than Doom. Doom Slayer is an iconic character. Doom itself is iconic. Is basically the father of the father of FPSs. Yeah, sure, he would have realistic guns, but if you don't know any better, because of how niche they are, you would think that Bayonetta and not Cloud and Joker are utilizing real weapons. I thought Joker used a real weapon until I was told that wasn't that he doesn't have real bullets, it's pallets. But still, you wouldn't know any better. Maybe Bayonetta, you might be like, oh, it's magical because she's a witch and the guns don't look realistic at all. But the Joker one does definitely look like it, and I don't really think there's any really a good argument to be made. I think that the argument to be made against characters should always be made on who they are and what they do, not what they can bring. Like the Artorias thing I mentioned earlier with the broken arm, I don't think that that's a legit reason to say like he's out because a broken arm, I guess. There's an arm that's broken, and would somebody think of the children? It's like, remember when Bayonetta was too sexy to be in Smash Brothers? Remember that one? Remember when we all thought that the Belmonts and Snake would not happen because of Konami? Heck, I was one of the very few people that was always saying, and here's the thing, one of the few people that did not have industry insider knowledge, which could essentially be somebody that knew somebody working in marketing or somebody that saw what the E3 plans were or the E3 show floor was. I predicted it a shit ton of times. I was like, yeah, I think that everybody in Smash 4 is going to return for Smash 5 or Smash Switch as we were calling it. I was like, everybody will return. I even said like the Iceclimbers and Wolf are 100% coming back. They're too popular not to come back. And I even said, if Konami is forward, we can see Snake. But I didn't think of the Belmont because I'm like, it's highly unlikely already. It's a 50-50 scenario that we can get Snake. There's too many things going up against Snake at the time. One of them was Konami wanting it. The second one was Sakurai wanting it after what they did to Kojima. And the third one was Kojima actually wanting the character in. And even then, we had to also consider Nintendo. It was like, it's a 50-50 chance at best of it happening. And then not only did we get Snake, because, you know, we got Snake, and then we got the Belmonts. And everybody rejoiced because go back to January 2017 and go through the reaction videos of people that knew the list of that saw that picture that Nintendo posted on their Twitter and on the investors meeting, not the investors meeting, the Switch presentation, and everybody saw that in Konami and said, you get the F out of here if you're not developing a game. Sure enough, they developed a game, and heck, they have more original games, or just as many original games on the Nintendo Switch as goddamn Capcom. That's a sad state of affairs. So I don't think anything can disprove or deconfirm a character outside of an outright deconfirmation, or the character not being from a video game, or not having, at the very least, one appearance on a Nintendo system. For example, Dante. Can it happen on this? Can it happen? People say now, oh yes, of course it can. Devil May Cry is coming to the Switch. Here's the thing, the only thing that was a thing was because of the creator of DMC saying, or the director of DMC talking about, let's first get the character on the games on Nintendo systems before we talk about that. But the character could already do it just because because of Project Cross Zone. It's good to remember that you don't need your main game to appear on a Nintendo system just as long as you do. Cloud appeared multiple times on Nintendo systems. Joker appeared one time before on a Nintendo system on the 3DS for Persona Q2, and technically speaking is now appearing on Persona the Scramble, so those were the things that allowed Joker to appear in Smash, so those things are like what the things need to be. From a video game character, the slightest of slightest Nintendo presences and companies wanting it, basically. So yeah, I think that's about it. But how likely are they? If I had to choose one of the two, I would probably say Doom Slayer. The combination of the two. It's Dragonborn but with the shotgun, and Fusradana causes explosions. That's the character I'm choosing. It's a tough one to say, really, because on one side Doom, on the other side Skyrim. They're both popular. The one thing that might hurt Doom is kind of the Doom Slayer, the same thing that hurts Scorpion is the Japan thing, because Japan is a little bit iffy in some places when it comes to violence, and that might hinder Doom Slayer. So I would most likely say Dragonborn is a more likely one, although I could perfectly see Doom Slayer fitting in quite nicely on it. So let's go over to the comments, and I'm gonna talk about the two comments, and then the third one is the one that I got in the middle of the week, which is an interesting one. And that middle one is going to be something that I'm going to not just respond to in video, but also respond to tomorrow when this video goes up by typing to this person, because I'm pretty sure this person did not watch any of the videos. Pretty sure this person did not even watch the video she commented on. This person just wanted to talk shit. And here's the thing. If people want me to be an asshole, I'll be an asshole. It's happened before on this channel, and sure as hell is going to happen again, probably. If people want me to be a dickhead, I'll be a dickhead. I'll be what people want to be, and this person was basically a bitch and a dickhead, so I'm going to be a dickhead back. So first, we come to the comment left on Candy B DLC 18, episode for Heihachi, with Christ, Edward Ramirez Romero, Rob, 9, Jesus, that's a big name, saying, I prefer Jin Kasama, and here's the thing, I thought about Jin too. It would be an interesting one as well. I just think Heihachi is more likely if we're gonna get an Namco rep, just because, you know, he was already considered, and another fighting game character in Smash seems likely at this point. So yeah, I would think so. I think it's likely, but we have to wait and obviously see. But at another time, I would have been pretty gung-ho about Heihachi coming to Smash. Actually, before Ultimate came out, I was pretty gung-ho about him joining the fight. And then we have Rocky Soldier on episode 16 for King Boo saying yes. And Rocky Soldier also has a King Boo avatar. So yeah, obviously he wants King Boo in Smash. Yeah, that's about right. And then we get to the one that I'm going to talk shit about and comment shit about, because this is one of the comments that it's one of those things that it makes me just hate the Smash. This is the problem with the Smash community personified. So it comes from Smashifier, which has the letter 4 for instead of an A, so I guess it's Smashifier 4 or Smash 4 Fire, I don't know. So here's what he had to say on the Can They Be DLC episode 15, and I'm emphasizing number 15 because of something that he said in the comment, for Rayman. The video is for Rayman, episode 15 for Rayman. Again, 15, I repeat, 15. 1, 5. 15. But whatever. For Christ's sake, does anyone not know when to quit? Sakurai has no intention of making Rayman a fighter. God, how many times does he need to hammer in the point that he doesn't want Rayman to fight? He already is a spirit, therefore deconfirmed. Sakurai doesn't even want to put in spirits of Bluebox and Barber to keep him company. Ubisoft is not a Japanese company. Companies in Japan are what Sakurai favors, so expect representatives from Atlas and Koei Tecmo instead of Ubisoft. There are hundreds, even thousands of fighters, of characters Sakurai would rather put in than Rayman. Also, there's no DLC beyond the Fighter's Pass. The rumor is a lie and clearly is not acknowledging Sakurai's health. If I can't get anyone to come to terms with a harsh reality, Sakurai will in a final video presentation in Q4 2019 or Q1 2020. So here's the thing, I got mad throughout all of this comment for a bunch of reasons. First one, doesn't anyone know how to quit? Probably you don't, you dumbass. Look at the name of the video, episode 15, Can They Be DLC, episode 15. Second, watch the video. Never in the video I say he's 100% in, or even say that he's most likely going to be in. I'm pretty sure I actually said it's actually highly unlikely, but whatever. Also, how many times does he have to hammer on the points? Well, okay, so first things first with this hammering on the point. What? 2 times has he done it with a spirit and a trophy. None of these things did confirm a character, first things first. Again, Mewtwo and Lucas were trophies in Smash 4 and made it perfectly there. Second, spirits were made before DLC was chosen. Yes, DLC most likely was always on the cards for Smash Ultimate, but Sakurai didn't even know who was going to be DLC because he didn't decide it. So the placement of spirits and spirits being a thing means jack and shit. Not only that, the idea that I've heard about is because of story mode, the Smash team couldn't, or the spirits are a thing because the fighters were the only ones to keep their bodies. So that's why everybody else is a spirit. That, again, bullshit. There's a bunch of spirits that are from the characters. There's a bunch of Mario spirits, a bunch of Wii Fit Trainer spirits. Not only that, Piranha Plant and Joker are not a part in any capacity to story mode. The game came out, the characters came out, the DLC is coming out. There hasn't been an update for World of Light that proves or disproves that the character that these two were not obliterated by Galeem. If you can't rescue them in the World of Light playthrough, and they're playable, sure, but that's because they're playable on every mode, because they're characters in the game. If they're not unlockable by actually beating them in story mode, then were they really involved in that fight? Did Galeem actually kill them? You could easily just say that they're from another universe. Heck, they don't even have Palutena's guidances. I mean, that doesn't mean jack and shit in my opinion. Not wanting to put Goldblocks and Barber to keep him company, so Shovel Knight is in the game and he has his own spirit, but he doesn't have any other spirits as far as I can tell. Final Fantasy also has no spirits as far as I know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me just actually quick Google search right now. Final Fantasy spirits. Yes, I look at my keyboard when I am typing because, okay, it took me to spirits within. I should have put Smash Bros. Ultimate because I just like to do it this way. Okay, Smash Bros. Let me see. The Final Fantasy. The following are the spirits for Final Fantasy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Cloud and Cloud. Oh no, sorry. Apologies. Cloud in his Final Fantasy VII costume with the artwork for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. that can be obtained by completing classic mode with Cloud and purchased from the Vault Shop for 300 gold after unlocking Cloud and Cloud Advent Children. Final Fantasy VII's Cloud Advent Children's costume artwork, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Complete challenge smash as Cloud hit an opponent with side special cross slash while limit gauge is charged. Purchased from Vault Shop for 300G after unlocking it. A little bit of trivia, Final Fantasy is the only series represented by only its representative playable character, without additional type of spirit depicting them. Final Fantasy is also the only franchise represented by a fighter not have art originating from its own series for their spirits, using Super Smash Ultimate's art instead. It's also the only third party to do so. And finally, Final Fantasy is the only franchise not represented by a fighter not to have a single spirit besides fighter spirits, despite several Final Fantasy summon characters on Midgard and no assist trophies. So I guess Cloud can be in as a fighter. Oh shit, he's a fighter. Same thing with Chrom. He can't be a fighter. He's a part of a Final Smash and he has a Mii costume. Chrom is not going to be a... Oh fuck, he's a fighter. We don't have any arguments. What do we do? Let's make shit up. It doesn't happen. Ubisoft is not a Japanese company. So fucking what? Did you ever play Smash Bros? Or should I write you a tale about characters in Smash Bros? First things first, right off the bat, Shovel Knight is an assist trophy. He's not from Japan. Now sure, you could say he's an assist trophy. And the other two I'm going to bring up, Diddy Kong, Cranky, King K. Rool and Dog Samus, all created in America or the West. Sure, you could say, oh, but they were made by Nintendo. Or did you, by the way, this is episode 15, do you go around on videos about Banjo-Kazooie saying shit like this? Because, oh, they can be in. So fucking what? As long as the character's popular enough, they're going to be in. I mean, Little Mac is a character that Japan didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck about him or Ridley, and they got in. Sure, they're not American, but Japan didn't give two flying fucks. In Japan, they call Ridley Captain America. Not because he's a handsome dude like Chris Evans and would look glorious in a beer and fight Thanos. No, they do it because he was an American pick. Although the West as a whole wanted him, so he should be more like Captain Planet. But then again, he's not blue-ish with weird clothing outfits. Or whatever. But still, he can still negotiate with Japanese companies. Oh, I guess... No, sorry guys, sorry. Oh, it says Sakurai favors Japanese companies. So expect representatives from Atlas, which we did get with Joker, and Koei Tecmo instead of Ubisoft. Yeah, because Koei has a bunch of characters in the game already. Like that one Fatal Frame assist trophy. And that's it. I mean, if the Google theory is right, this comment's gonna look hilarious because according to the Google theory, if the Google theory does prove itself to be right, he's gonna be right. The final 4 DLC characters, 2 of them will be Japanese, and 1 of them will be from Tecmo Koei. I mean, the other 2 are from American-based companies, but who cares about that? Then, this is one that I really want to challenge you, Smashifier. You said there are hundreds, even thousands of characters Sakurai would rather put in than Rayman. So first things first, I'm actually honored. I am honored. My dick could not get more erect. Sakurai responded to one of my videos. I mean, who else would know what Sakurai thinks except for Sakurai himself, the god of Smash? But that's not the point. The god of Smash Bros. Responded to me. And if you're not Sakurai, how do you know who he would rather put in? Did Sakurai ever mention Rayman? I'm not even a fan of Rayman, but now I want to know. What has he said about the god? About Rayman? So I challenge you, Smash of Fire, to come up with 2,000 characters that Sakurai would prefer to put in Smash Bros. I say 2,000 because you said even thousands of characters, and so I'm going to go with 2,000 because that's the limit. 1,000 is still 1,000. You said thousands. You said plural. It has to be more than 1,000. 1,999 don't count. If Rayman is 2,000, that doesn't count because there's only 199 in front of it, not 2,000. Now, if it's 2001, a Space Odyssey, then you'll be right. But if it's 2,000, you're not right. You're wrong. And also, there will be no DLC beyond the Fighter's Pass. The rumor is a lie and clearly not acknowledging Sakurai's help. First things first, what rumor? The data mine? Well, the data mine got stage builder right. So, Kappa. The stage builder is coming. If we get home run contest, another thing right for the leakers and the data miners. So, yeah. Not only that, if it is true, then we'll be getting 2 more season passes. And not acknowledging Sakurai's health. You want to know, at this point in time, why should I care about his health? He doesn't. His best friends don't. His wife/girlfriend doesn't. Nintendo doesn't. Why should we? Honestly, I feel bad for the guy, but why should I care? At some point, we have to stop caring if the people don't care themselves. If Sakurai, not only that, Sakurai can leave. He can? No, you're lying. Sakurai cannot leave. It's not like Miyamoto is making all the Zelda games and Mario games. I mean, he hasn't made a single one since the 90s. He has helped, but he's not the director or the main guy behind them. He has helped as much in Mario Odyssey as he did in the Metroid Prime series. Actually, I'm pretty sure he helped more the Metroid Prime series than he did in Metroid Odyssey. That would be a good game I would like to see. But no, he hasn't helped as much as Metroid. Maybe he designed Zero Suit Samus. Which if he did, good job, my dude. Good design. You got a thumbs up. Design more characters that way, please. Maybe he designed, conspiracy theory, maybe he designed Zero Suit Samus and then designed Twin Tail because he knew the West loves some ass. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Although it's an hypothesis, really not a theory, that's beside the point. Not only that, this whole thing is more of a want. I'm a greedy fuck, I've said this multiple times, I'm a greedy asshole. And I want more. And do you want to know whose fault that is? Sakurai. Why is it Sakurai's fault, you might ask? He's the guy that just gave us a game with 70 plus characters and he's going to make it 80. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get more. Even if Sakurai doesn't want it, this is a business. Nintendo will want to make more money. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 2, I'm guessing it will be a port. That will be the one. That will be a port. Will come out for the Switch 2. The Switch 2, I'm betting, will come out in 2023 with Breath of the Wild 2 or Breath of the Wild 3. We'll say Breath of the Wild 2, I'm guessing, or 3. With Mario Kart 9, maybe Splatoon 3, and maybe a Mario 3D in 2023. Just saying. So wait a minute. Wait. 2023. Well, right now it's 2020. Right now it's 2019. So is Nintendo really gonna wait? Not gonna allow Smash Brothers to have 2 more seasons? Not only that, by the way, you want to talk about Sakurai's health? This is not the full game, brother. This is the DLC, where a small portion of the team works on the game, where also they have more leniency, they can do more, they have more time, they don't have everything on crunch. They don't have to make the specific release date. That's why they gave themselves up to February 2020. When the game was being developed, the real game was being developed, they were working on, 8 characters at the same time? Fucking 10 stages probably at the same time. Now they're working on 3. When they were working on Joker, they were working on Joker, on Character Pack 2 and Character Pack 3. and they were at risk because they can't have time. Not only that, in the real game, where Sakurai had all the health issues, by the way, he didn't have health issues on the Smash 4 DLC, and he worked on more characters than he was working on for Smash Ultimate. And more stages. Just gonna point that out. But finally, if I can't get anyone to come to terms with the harsh reality, Sakurai will in the final video presentation in Q4 2019 or Q1 2020. Profound words. The harsh truth. Man, how can I live with myself? Sakurai, I'm deluded, clearly. I'm thinking that I will change minds. That I know that Sakurai will make more. I know he will. The harsh truth. Because, you know, it's gonna shatter some worlds when Sakurai comes out and says, here's the final Nintendo presentation on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Because that's gonna happen. Heck, I'm betting that if they do that, that's gonna be a troll, and at the end they announce a new character, bitch. Even if there is no DLC left, people are gonna be happy, dipshit. Just because you think that you're the god of Smash Brothers, you legit think you know more than all of us. Because you literally say, Sakurai would rather, because you know Sakurai personally. Are you his girlfriend? You're not. You're not his best friend. You don't work with him. You don't know the dude. You know him just as well as I do. Actually, probably I know him better because I don't go around telling people what he knows. Actually, I was a guy a couple years ago that was told, go back to sucking Sakurai's dick, because on an Etika video, I dared to respond to somebody on the comments saying Sakurai never said no DLC when they were talking about Waluigi. I said he never said no DLC. He said no DLC yet when working in. There was no plans for DLC in 2014 at E3, and then when DLC came around and they announced Mewtwo, he said we're only working on Mewtwo right now, and this is the only patch we're working on right now, which people took as we're only working on Mewtwo and there's no more patches. You don't know him. You cannot come to my video or other videos. I'm guessing other videos you've done this before, where you tell people, I'm gonna teach this brother a lesson. I'm smart. Sakurai does not want. And I'm guessing you only do this to Rayman, given what your word was. Also, thank you for the like, thank you for the comment, and thank you for the view. But all I'm gonna say is this. All that you just said is pretty fucking dumb. The only thing I know that you got right is that Ubisoft is not a Japanese company. And Sakurai favoring Japanese companies doesn't really matter much for one tiny detail. For one tiny little detail. Before the Switch, I could probably tell you with one hand the number of good selling properties from the West that would make it to Smash, that could make it into Smash. Well, those would have been Shovel Knight and Shantae. That's it. I'm trying to think of more, but I can't. I legit can't without the Switch. I'm trying. Right now I'm legit trying to think. And that's more on how Nintendo and third parties get along. Now, in this day and age, it's different. We can no longer say it's not happening. Sooner or later, and I'm guessing sooner rather than later, a Western third-party character is going to make it into Smash. I would say as early as this E3, we're going to get the announcement of an American third-party company getting into Smash Brothers. I almost taste it. I can almost taste it. Be it Doom Guy or Doom Slayer, be it Banjo, being goddamn Mike Tyson. I can almost guarantee it. Also, the harsh truth, dude, to this day people think that goddamn Goku can make it in. To this day people think that Waluigi can be DLC, despite evidence to the contrary. The only thing in your rambling comment that you said that was correct was in fact that Ubisoft is not Japanese and Sakurai is the favorite Japanese companies. But guess what? Just as he's favored Japanese companies, he's also favored the West Yeah, sure, when Herdrick comes out and he's popular in Japan and Japan goes crazy for their boy, and we in the West, we were all like, who the fuck is this dude? They were that way with Little Mac. When they saw Ridley, not King Cable, when they saw Ridley, they thought, oh, so the West gets something. The only thing a character in Smash needs right now, I would guess, is to be popular enough to make it in. And a good relationship between the character, between the companies and the character having at least one present on the Nintendo system. That's how Joker got in. That's how Cloud got in. Heck, this whole thing about Spirit, Sakurai not only putting one Spirit for Rayman, fucking dies when you realize Cloud, the playable character, has no spirits. And it has only has two spirits that are the same version, they're different versions of the same character. It has two songs in the game. And no assist trophies. Now sure, you can say, oh, but what about the Midgard summons? The Midgard summons are literally JPEGs. It's a JPEG that appears on screen. Sure, they do nice effects, but all those effects literally could have been from anything else outside of those characters. But anyway, I'm going to end this video off right here because it's 36 minutes I've been on this, probably about, been recording maybe less on video. But anyway, I've been Legend of DS. Thank you so much for watching this season of Can They Be DLC. Yes, this season ends, technically speaking, doesn't end here. We're going to have another episode for Can They Be DLC on, my calendar is on the wrong site, on June the 2nd, because that's when we begin, that will be the second day of E3 week on this channel. E3 week is going to go from the 1st to the 7th, and then we're going to have a lot of fun with the invitational tournaments, for not the Splatoon one. I'm not going to watch the Splatoon one, but I will be watching and reacting to both the invitational for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and the invitational for Super Mario Maker, because I'm guessing both of them will have something brand new announced, and then obviously reacting to every single press conference that we're going to be getting at E3, the Microsoft one, the Microsoft, Bethesda, Ubi, and Nintendo. I probably won't be watching Square Enix. The time for Square Enix is what Sony used to be. Next episode will be for Can It Be DLC. We'll be revisiting every single character we've discussed up until this point. And then I'm going to be doing, for Season 2, we're going to be doing another one that will be revisited. The first episode will be revisiting for every character again after the announcements at E3, which I'm guessing will be at least two. One launching, being announced and releasing at E3, and another one getting released at a later time. But from then until now, be it this episode, be it the next episode, and being the first episode of Season 2, I'll be taking in requests, I guess, for characters that could be in the next season of Can They Be DLC. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been Legend of DS, and I'll see you guys next time.